Welcome again. We are excited to have you here, and we are incredibly thankful for all of your support. My name is Nick.
And my name is Leif.
And we will be your hosts for tonight's honors reception.
It is our honor to welcome the chair of the Minnesota FFA Foundation, Ms. Valerie Valdez. In addition to leading the efforts of the foundation, Valerie is the Regional Customer Operations Manager for Purina Animal Nutrition, a division of Land O'Lakes. She was active in FFA, and as you will notice in her comments, she continues to see the value of FFA and is dedicated to providing those opportunities to others. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Valerie Valdez.
Thank you so much, Leif. I really appreciate it. I was going to show you a couple of quick slides of my experiences in FFA and just how transformative it was for me, and then turn it over to the fantastic presenters we have tonight. So, Leif, are you able to see my screen? Thank you. Thank you. As Leif said, I'm Val Valdez from Land O'Lakes, and I'm really honored to be this year's chair for the Minnesota FFA Foundation. And as such, I am just really pleased to be able to help other people, other students, have the opportunities that I had when I was an FFA. Here's just a couple of snippets of the experiences that I had, just like Nick, just like Leif. I ran for office and had the experience of Washington Leadership Conference and camps and events and CDEs and the supervised agricultural experience. For me, that was poultry, as well as I got involved with the band. I thought that was super neat to be in the national band. It was just this incredible opportunity to have a presentation in front of this huge audience. It was a pretty neat experience. So that might have been a while ago, 1999, 2000, when I was the Region 3 president and had the opportunity to have the experience from 9th grade on through 12th grade. But the lessons you learn through FFA don't end with FFA. And that's why, as you as sponsors, make such a huge lasting impact. As we evolve and go into whether it's teaching or ag business or production, we're able to make an influence and a difference in whatever sphere of influence we're at because of those leadership development skills and all of the opportunities and growth that the FFA has to offer. So this was a snapshot of Washington Leadership Conference, and I believe 1998. And it's just really fun to see how these activities and events helped grow and develop leaders in agriculture today. And I can share with you from a personal level that I can give back today, but at that point, as a high school student, I needed that support. And I was a recipient of a scholarship from the Minnesota FFA 20 years ago. And I needed that, and that provided an opportunity for me to attend college, and there was times where I thought that might have been unattainable or out of reach. So I know that for students that might need help getting an FFA jacket or being able to attend camp or be able to have those experiences that help provide scholarships for college, the Minnesota FFA Foundation really steps up and does those things. And those of you that are on this call, you know that. I'm speaking to the choir because you donate. And it's just a really big thank you for someone that's been on the receiving end and has seen the advancements and developments that has had for me and how I can try to give back to students now. So a big thank you to all of you. I know some of you have been donating for a very long time, and maybe you were part of the reason I got the scholarship in 1999. So a big thank you. So with that, Leif, I'd love to take it back to you guys and pass it on.
Thank you, Valerie. We are grateful for the support of all of our donors to the Minnesota FFA Foundation. Tonight, we will recognize our high-level donors and their investment in our programs. We will break this recognition into categories and celebrate them throughout this program. To share our appreciation to our Supreme Champion and Champion sponsors, which include CHS Foundation, Compeer Financial Services, and Northland Ford Dealers.
In our champion donor category, We have Ag Country Farm Credit Services, AgriBank, Land O'Lakes, Minnesota Corn Growers Association. Thank you to our champion and supreme champion sponsors. We hear from Natalie Beckendorf from the Renville County West FFA chapter. Natalie will share her FFA experience.
Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Beckendorf and I am from the Renville County West FFA chapter, and I'm proudly serving as one of the Minnesota FFA Foundation ambassadors for this year's state convention. Now, I just first off want to say thank you Minnesota FFA Foundation and sponsors, because I know I would not be where I am today in FFA without you, and I know that's the same for a lot of members from across the state of Minnesota. Now, a little bit of background about myself is I grew up in rural Minnesota in a small town called Renville. I raise a diverse livestock in my hobby farm just outside of Renville with my family. And when I first joined FFA in the 7th grade, I thought the only things that I would be doing is showing livestock at the state fair and competing in general livestock. And let me say, I do that, but a lot more. And that's all thanks to one experience that would change my FFA career and honestly, my life. And that was attending the State Green Hand Leadership Conference in 2018. I attended with one other chapter mate, and we were actually the first people from our chapter to attend this conference. And let me tell you, it was an eye-opening experience. So I remember being welcomed by state staff, officers, and other members, and it was one of the first times I really got to see the FFA family. Now, we were all from different parts of Minnesota, but I really felt a connection, and I've really met some of my best friends at this conference. And for that, I'm very thankful. Now, we did a multitude of activities, but there's one thing that really stood out to me that has really changed me, and that was when we did SMART goals. Now, at this conference, I had the opportunity to meet region presidents and state officers. I learned about all opportunities, contests, literally FFA 101 at this conference. And that's where I got to make 3 goals that are still my goals today. Number 1, my first goal was becoming a region officer. And I am proud to say that I'm the 2021-2022 region president, and that would not have been even in my mind without attending this conference. So that's really great. My second goal is to compete in a CDE and LDE at state convention. And I'm also very grateful to say that I'm competing in both the CDE and LDE this year. And once again, I wouldn't have even known about these contests if it wasn't for SGLC. And one of my last goals is to become a state officer. Now, working through FFA, and I'm now in year 5, I have really seen these state officers, and they are such great role models to me and members from across the state. And I know that one day I want to be like them and be able to take that position and really use it for something great and positive and be a voice of agriculture within the FFA. So with that, I would just like to say, without the opportunity of going to SGLC, I wouldn't have had those 3 goals. I wouldn't have known about the opportunities that have made me and the person I am today. And for that, I'm thankful. Now, that is just one experience in my FFA career, and I wish I could tell you all my experiences and how they've made me who I am today. But that is one of the main and focal points of my FFA career, because it really got my foot in the door and helped me expand my FFA career. Now, I would just like to say thank you one last time, and I hope everyone enjoys Minnesota FFA State Convention this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much. For the foundation to be effective in its mission, individuals and businesses need to understand how FFA and agricultural education helps to develop leaders. We could not do this without the support of our friends in the media. Tonight, we are pleased to recognize Ms. Michelle Rook from WNAX, in addition to the many stories that Michelle has covered for FFA. We're especially appreciative of her work to name the FFA All-Stars from 4 states, including Minnesota. Please join us as we learn why Michelle is the 2021 Minnesota FFA Foundation Media Award recipient.
Hi, I'm Megan Olson from the Randolph FFA chapter and a current member of the Carmpart Family Farms digital media team. Today, I am honored to be introducing you to the 2021 Minnesota FFA Foundation's Media Award recipient, Michelle Rook. Congratulations, Michelle, on receiving this award. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what this award means to you?
Well, Megan, I grew up on a dairy farm in eastern South Dakota and was passionate about agriculture since I was very young. And I showed cattle, I was in 4-H, and I really came to be really passionate about agriculture when I got to be an FFA member. My dad was the state FFA officer, the state president in South Dakota. And I just remember my first convention that I went to as an FFA member. I really got passionate about the organization as well, just because of the leadership that I saw provided by the organization with the state officers and what was going on with the convention. And I am very passionate about FFA because it really did so much to boost my career and the direction that I wanted to go with my vocational background. I was a state FFA officer in South Dakota. I got my American FFA degree. I ran for national FFA office. And I think had I not done that, I would have not ended up in farm broadcasting and agricultural journalism. That really shaped my path and my direction. It gave me my first exposure to farm broadcasters and into media, both radio and television. And it helped me decide that this was what I wanted to do, was be a farm broadcaster.
Thank you. So why are you committed to sharing these stories about our FFA programs?
Agriculture is such a fantastic industry to be a part of, to work with farmers and ranchers who provide food on a day-to-day basis for consumers around the country is so exciting to be part of that. And to watch young people be part of FFA and to have that opportunity to either go into production agriculture, or if they don't want to do that, to be part of this industry that provides food and fiber and fuel for the world now. To be part of that is such a great place to be. And so I want to tell the message of how great this industry is, how important it is to everyone that eats, and how many opportunities there are for them to be a part of it, whether you're a farmer or a rancher, or whether you want to be an ag mechanic or an ag engineer. There's all kinds of opportunities. And now, because of what FFA and ag education provides in terms of STEM education and agri-science education, you can go anywhere that you want to in the industry because you have that great ag education background, and with your FFA organizational background with leadership and the hands-on learning that you get, sky's the limit for you in the agricultural industry. So I'm just passionate about telling FFA members about what's there for their opportunities and what they can do in the future.
Thank you for your time today, Michelle, and congratulations.
For USDA put corn yield and production at record levels, but are these the highest numbers you think we'll see this year, especially with the storm earlier this week?
Top farm broadcasters and market reporters in the country. As farm director for WNEX Radio, she leads a department that consistently has the highest farm audience ratings in the nation. She also produces and anchors Ag Week TV, is a reporter for nationally syndicated Ag Day Television and U.S. Farm Report. She's been recognized for journalistic excellence with the Doan Award, NAFB Farm Broadcaster of the Year, plus NAFB Radio and Television Newscast and MarketCast Awards. Rook is also past president of the National Association of Farm Broadcasting.
Farm shows like the Dakota Farm Show in Vermilion are where farmers finalize their plans for the upcoming plant. Valley Springs farmer Kevin Scott was just elected as American Soybean Association president, only one of 4 South Dakotans to ever hold that position.
Hi, I'm Megan Olson from the...
Well, thank you so much to Miss Michelle Rook for all of her work in agriculture media. We now celebrate our Diamond and Platinum sponsors, which include For diamond donors, Bremer Bank, Jim and Becky Burns, Cargill, Enbridge Incorporated, Hormel Foods Corporation, the Minnesota Farm Bureau Foundation, Minnesota Farmers Union Foundation, Minnesota Grain and Feed Association, Ralco, Riverview LLP, Rosen's Diversified, Olmsted South Wabasha Corn and Soybean Growers Association, and Ziegler Cat. Our platinum donors, Christensen Farms, Roy A. Johnson, the Minnesota Pork Board, and Corteva. To share a message celebrating our diamond and platinum sponsors, we welcome Dante Deppa from the Plainsville Area FFA chapter to share his FFA story.
Thanks, Nick. I wanted to start this off by giving a introduction to myself. I'm a 4-year FFA member and a 3-year chapter officer. And when I started off, when I first joined FFA, I never thought I would be able to do, I never thought I'd be in it for 4 years and an officer for 3 years. I never thought I'd be able to do the competitions, the presentations, or even be a fraction of myself that I am now. FFA has really taken me to new heights. It's really brought me to amazing experiences, such as being able to hold baby raccoons or see wild stallions a mere 100 yards away. I really wanted to thank all of our sponsors for being able to make those possible, whether you are a sponsor at a state level or just the chapter level. It really makes a difference and really affects lives such as myself, where we would be, I guess, in a way, worse off. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Dante, for sharing your FFA experience with us. So, bridging the gap here, I do have a quick joke to tell. I won $3 million on the lottery this weekend, so I decided to donate a quarter of it to the Minnesota FFA Foundation. And now I have $2,999,999.75.
Although Nick didn't actually win $3 million on the lottery, because if he did, we would not be here. We have found that everyone can donate to the Minnesota Foundation, and that's what Nick and I have really found ourselves. Last year, as we were serving as Minnesota FFA state officers, we found ways that we could give ourselves, not only with our time, but also with our treasures. So as Nick and I and the rest of our team, we decided to pool our money together and donate to the Minnesota FFA Foundation Blue Jacket program, where we donated one jacket to a member of the Minnesota FFA Association. That jacket went and inspired that student to go and do a plethora of events in the FFA, just as many jackets have over the years. And we are so grateful for our sponsors. And now we want to share our appreciation to our gold, silver, and bronze donors that include, hold on one sec. With our gold donors, AT&T, BASF Corporation, Fagan Incorporated, Gislason and Hunter LLP, JBS, Stephen and Carolyn Kozalik, Midwest Dairy, Mike and Linda Fitterman Family Foundation, Minnesota Veterinary Medical Foundation, Pipestone, RDO Equipment Corporation, Seneca Foods Corporation, Titan Machinery, University of Minnesota CFANS, Watertown Mayor FFA Alumni Association.
Our silver donors, are Alcorn Clean Fuel, CoBank, Minnesota Agricultural Education Leadership Council, the Minnesota Soybean Research and Promotion Council, Peterson Farms, the Southern Minnesota Center for Agriculture, and Matt and Lisa Voppel. Wow, that is a lot of support, and we haven't even gotten to the bronze supporters. Now we'll hear from Bridget Weiss from the Buffalo FFA chapter, and then we will get back to the last of our high-level sponsors. Take it away, Bridget.
All right, thank you, Nick, and thank you, Leif. Yeah, as we're saying, so a little bit about my FFA story. I kind of jumped into the FFA organization as an 8th grader. Here in my home chapter at Buffalo, we don't have a middle school program, so I'm super blessed to kind of get that head start early as an 8th grader. I primarily just did the livestock evaluation CDE and showed my beef cattle at the state fair. And so through those experiences, is where I learned about the SAEs, the supervised agriculture experiences. So for the past 4 years, I have been completing an SAE of beef production entrepreneurship. And it wasn't until the summer between that 8th grade and my freshman year, I was blessed to receive an official blue jacket from the Minnesota FFA Foundation, along with Culver's. They kind of did a cooperation there. And so that's how I got my first official FFA jacket, and kind of like Leif was talking about, inspiring those students. And that definitely happened with me. That receiving that jacket definitely kickstarted my FFA career. And now looking back on my 5 years, I have been blessed to have 3 years of chapter officer service and also a year of regional officer service under my belt. So just a huge thank you to our sponsors and to the Minnesota FFA Foundation for all the opportunities they provide students like me through different leadership conferences and these blue jackets. So thank you guys, and thank you our sponsors.
Thank you so much, Bridget, for sharing your FFA story. Now let's share those bronze sponsors with you. In our bronze category, we have A5 LLC, AMPI, Bailey Nurseries, BMO Harris Bank, Broadhead, Bushmills Ethanol, Central Livestock Association, CF Industries, Tim Klaus and Louise Anderson, Kevin and Nancy Dahlman, Mark and Mary Davis, DBA Ham Seeds, Dead Broke Saddle Club, Ronnie Dverdston, Jim and Jane Ertl, Greg, Karen, and Nick Gosen, Kevin and Susan Grelling, Rod and Carol Hebrink, Francis Homans and Alan Tordenson, Jenny Turkey Store,
Mark Jurek, John Deere Company, LG Seeds, Minnesota Turkey Research and Promotion Council, Midwest Bank, Mark and Donna Menning, Paula Moore, Ron Enberg Logging, Lee and Betty Sandiger, Robert and Shelley Shell, Zane Sheehan, Kara Sukup, Cliff and Karen Vries, Tim and Christine Ziliaks, and Zoetis. Thank you to all of our bronze sponsors. Now, we will hear from Morgan Hoffman, a member of the Sleepy Eye FFA chapter, sharing about her FFA experience.
Hi, I'm Morgan Hoffman. I'm a junior from Sleepy Eye FFA. FFA has always been a part of my life. However, it was when I finally was able to join FFA and participate in activities that I started to grow. I grew up having an ag teacher as a mom, and being able to go to all the events and see the fun everyone had together was really inspiring for me. I wanted to become a part of our chapter's FFA family. I was so excited to go to every event. Although inside school, I was not someone who raised their hand in class or the person to enjoy any type of public speaking. 7th grade me was very shy and quiet around most people, and it was hard for me to speak out and make strong connections with others. By joining FFA, I wanted to change that by stepping out of my comfort zone. I wanted to connect with our FFA family and be part of a team to help each other grow, to meet new people, and experience new challenges. As a 7th grader, I already knew a lot about FFA, so my mom took that as an opportunity to put me on the National Quiz Bowl team, and I went to National FFA Convention. So imagine little shy 7th grade me walking through the Career Expo with mostly juniors and seniors from my chapter. I was terrified, yet thrilled at the experience I was heading into. Little did I know that was just the beginning for my FFA journey. Also, that convention was one of the most eye-opening opportunities I was given. By going to convention, it already helped me grow. I was able to talk to new people that I've never seen before and didn't know I would still be friends with them today. John Hall is one of those friends I met at that convention. And now, having served on our Region 6 officer team together, it's crazy what a little connection can make. I was able to, as time went on, I got involved with anything and everything I could. I finally started enjoying meeting new people and playing different games to get to know them better. However, as I interviewed for my first position on our junior officer team, my nerves were racing and my palms were sweating as I waited outside about to go in. But as I walked in, I was met with our president at the time, Josie Lang, and being my sister's best friend, it was a friendly face and I became calm. Talking with any of our officers, you can just see and hear the strong connection they all have with each other. And that's something I wanted to become a part of. Years went by and now I've been an officer for 4 years. Currently, I'm the president of my chapter and the vice president of Region 6. Being on a team and being the leader of my team has helped me grow so much and in so many ways. Lastly, a part of FFA that helped me in my personal growth was the service I was able to do and provide for others in my community. Seeing the change in myself and what I was able to do was very inspiring for me because all I ever wanted to do is help others, and FFA allowed me to do that. I love seeing the way I can make someone say as simply as playing bingo with the nursing home residents and making cards for them each month, and helping with the food redistribution lines this past summer due to hunger needs during the pandemic was very rewarding. I understand the importance of service, and doing many projects with the teammates and classmates is really fun. Through FFA, I have grown in making connections and also growing the connections I already had. I am now able to speak in front of others without getting nervous first. Although I'm still not a huge fan of speeches in class, I'm willing to do them. Most of all, the confidence I had in myself skyrocketed from when I first joined. FFA has changed my life. Without it, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't have the ability to make such strong connections, and I wouldn't have the confidence to do this speech right now. Everything I have learned in FFA, whether it's been in class or in another state, it's all helped me grow and be ready for whatever the future holds for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Morgan. Isn't it exciting to know that an investment in the Minnesota FFA Foundation is an investment in students? From the time an FFA member learns the FFA Creed, they're learning values that will lead them throughout their life. We can't help but share with you a favorite presentation of the FFA Creed as presented by Emmanuel Shavira, a member of the Hancock FFA chapter. It was originally shown during the 2020 Minnesota FFA Foundation Telethon, the Great Minnesota Give Together.
I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists, in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. Creo que vivir y trabajar en una buena finca o dedicarse a otras actividades agrícolas es agradable y al mismo tiempo es un reto, porque conozco las alegrías e inconvenientes de la vida agrícola y mantengo una afición innata por aquellas asociaciones que no le negaré ni siquiera en horas de desaliento. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skills as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturalists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. Creo en menos dependencia de la caridad y más poder en la negociación, en la vida abundante y en que haya suficiente riqueza honesta para ayudar a que así sea, tanto para los demás como para mí, sin necesidad de caridad y más de ella cuando sea necesario. Creo en ser feliz y en ser más honesto con aquellos cuya felicidad depende de mí. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for sharing your rendition of the Creed with us. Minnesota FFA is proud to honor those who have made outstanding contributions to aid our efforts. I would like to ask Mr. Steve Olson, past president of the Minnesota FFA Alumni Association, to present the 2021 Minnesota FFA Hall of Fame inductees.
Thank you, Nick. The Minnesota FFA Hall of Fame began in 2004 as part of the Minnesota FFA's 75th anniversary to honor those that have made significant contributions to agricultural education and FFA in Minnesota. Today, 9 individuals will join 213 members of the Minnesota FFA Hall of Fame. I, along with Kevin Dahlman, facilitate a selection process as co-chairs of the Minnesota FFA Hall of Fame Selection Committee. We are both past presidents of the Minnesota FFA Alumni, and on behalf of the alumni, we appreciate the donor support from the FFA Foundation. The alumni organization includes former members as well as parents, local businesses, and community leaders that advocate for agricultural education and FFA at the local, state, and national level. You do not have to have worn the blue jacket in order to be an alumni member. The alumni is the steward of the Hall of Fame. We convene a committee to review the nominations. The committee consists of representatives from the Minnesota FFA Association, the Minnesota Association of Agricultural Educators, teacher educators, Minnesota FFA Foundation, and alumni. Nominees are split into 2 categories, volunteer and agricultural educator. Nominations are kept on file and evaluated for 3 years. We encourage applications to be updated with additional information to assist the selection committee to better understand contributions of nominees. The state FFA officer team has selected Worth It as their convention theme. The individuals you are about to meet made ag education and FFA worth it for thousands of FFA members and agricultural education students with their time, money, and talents. Which volunteer or teacher has made your ag education and FFA experience worth it? We challenge each of you to identify and nominate individuals that have made a difference at the local, state, and/or national levels. Selection criteria and nomination form are available on the Minnesota FFA website. To hear directly from the inductees about what they do and why they do what they do, I encourage you to view the Hall of Fame video on the Minnesota FFA YouTube channel. Now, on to our guests of honor. Wes Anderson, Appleton, Minnesota, agricultural educator. Wes began teaching agricultural education in 1983. He has taught at Webster, South Dakota, Appleton, Minnesota, Lac-Qui-Parle Valley, and is currently at Hancock, Minnesota. He has served on the State FFA Adult Leadership Board, the Minnesota Association of Ag Educators Board. He has received the National Association of Agricultural Educators National Teacher Mentor Award, and annually coordinates transportation for approximately 200 Minnesota students to attend the National FFA Convention. Wes is active in his community by volunteering his time for the Swift and the Lac-Qui-Parle County Fairs, church, and the Appleton Sportsman's Club. He also teaches firearm safety training. Since 1988, Mr. Anderson has been taking students on summer trips across the country and in Canada to tour cultural landmarks and agricultural businesses. Dennis Bjorklund, Victoria, Minnesota, agricultural educator. Mr. Bjorklund taught high school agriculture education from 1978 to 2012 at Waconia, Chaska, and Carver Scott Cooperative. He has been a member of the Minnesota Association of Agricultural Educators for 42 years. Today, and for the past 9 years, he serves as the Minnesota FFA Career Development Event and State Convention Coordinator. Annually, Dennis financially supports FFA, 4-H, Minnesota Ag in the Classroom, University of Minnesota College of Food, Agriculture, and Natural Resource Sciences, Agricultural Education, and Minnesota Athletics. He is active member in his church, Lions Club, American Legion, and as a scorekeeper and clock official for 41 years for his local high school. Sarah Dornick, St. Paul, Minnesota, volunteer. Sarah serves as the executive director of the Minnesota Association or Minnesota Agricultural Education Leadership Council, otherwise known as MELC, where she leads legislative and advocacy efforts for all components of Minnesota's Team Ag Ed. MELC creates a 5-year blueprint for agriculture, food, and natural resources, also known as AF&R education. Sarah is a leader for Minnesota's Ag Policy Experience and FFA Day at the Capitol. She is the State Teach Ag Results, or STAR, chairman for that program, which is an agricultural teacher recruitment program. She has served on committees with the National FFA organization as a delegate coordinator, National Association of Supervisors of Agricultural Education, NAAE, Minnesota Agri-Women, Minnesota Ag in the Classroom, Minnesota 4-H, and of course, Minnesota FFA. Michael Dove, New Ulm, Minnesota, volunteer. As an attorney for Gislason and Hunter, he specializes in agricultural law. For the past 11 years, Mike has supported Minnesota FFA Association, the FFA Alumni, the FFA Foundation, Minnesota Agricultural Education, Minnesota Association of Agricultural Educators, Professional Agriculture Student Organization, and agricultural education students through the STAR Partner program with the foundation. They've been supporters of this program for the past 11 years. Mike has served 9 years on the Minnesota FFA Foundation board, including 1 year as the foundation board chair, where he helped establish the Minnesota FFA Legacy Club, which is generating and awarding nearly $150,000 to Minnesota FFA chapters. Mary Hoffman, Sleepy Eye, Minnesota, agricultural educator. Ms. Hoffman has been an agricultural educator since 1995. She has advised 49 American FFA degree recipients, 153 state FFA degree recipients, 13 state-winning career development event teams, 35 state proficiency winners, and multiple national chapter awards. She has served on countless committees through the various organizations such as NAAE, MAAE, FFA Foundation, the Minnesota Ag Education Leadership Council, the Minnesota Association of Career and Technical Education, Minnesota FFA Alumni, and the National Ag Education Council, to name a few. Mary is a mentor not only to her students, but to her peers as well. She exemplifies living to serve both in and out of the classroom. She's a community volunteer with United Way, 4-H, Food for Kids, Farm Safety for Kids, and various activities through the county fair. Donna Menning, volunteer, Hayfield, Minnesota. Ms. Menning advocates for agriculture personally and professionally through her position with the Look East public relations firm and past involvement with the National Livestock and Meat Board, Midwest Dairy Association, and Minnesota Junior Simmental Association. She's a member of the Triton FFA Alumni and active at the local, regional, state, and national FFA levels as a volunteer judge, judging the National FFA Speaking Leadership Development events. She has served as a director on the Minnesota FFA Foundation board and as its chair in 2016 and 17. Donna is a foundation donor supporting the Meats Career Development Event, Legacy Club, Special Project, Blue Jacket Bright Futures, and general support dating back annually to 2013. She is also an FFA mentor and coach. Keith Olander, Staples, Minnesota, agricultural educator. Keith began he became an agricultural educator and started his career at New Ulm from 1994 to 2002. Then he moved to Long Prairie Gray Eagle from 2002 to 2008, became a farm business management instructor from 2008 to 2014. Since 2014, he has been the Dean of Agricultural Studies at Central Lakes College and Director of AgCentric, which is Minnesota State University's Northern Agricultural Center of Excellence. He advocates for farm business management, secondary and post-secondary agricultural education through testimony to the state legislature and key partners like Embold and the Minnesota Agri-Growth Council. As a college student, he co-created the annual University of Minnesota FFA Career Development Event Invitational, which annually attracts 1,000 FFA members from Minnesota and Wisconsin. Eric Sawatsky, Kensington, Minnesota, agricultural educator. Eric has started his agricultural education career in 2008 and has taught at Marshall, Dassel, Cokato, and now at West Central High School. He has advised 23 state FFA degree recipients, 7 American FFA degree recipients, a state president, a national proficiency winner, 6 state winning CDE teams, and was a 3-star national chapter winner. He's active in MAAE, NAAE, Ag in the Classroom, his local FFA alumni, and continues to be an assistant manager with the CHS Miracle of Birth Center at the Minnesota State Fair. He created and coordinated the National FFA Officer Training Program, He has 6 former students currently teaching agricultural education, and he has initiated and led 4 trips to South Africa for local FFA members. Harmon Wilts, Kerkhoven, Minnesota. Harmon served as on the FFA Alumni Council for 7 years, including as a chair from 2015 to 2017. He assisted in forming the FFA Alumni President Circle training and was part of its inaugural class. He is a 20-plus year member of the Kerkhoven, Murdoch, Sunburg FFA Alumni. He assists neighboring alumni affiliates and FFA chapters by coaching students, judging events, and helping start alumni affiliates. Harmon partners with other organizations like the Minnesota Corn Growers and the Minnesota Farmers Union, providing training and research information to farmers across the state in his professional role as an agronomist. Please join me in giving a virtual thank you and congratulations to the 20,000 to the Minnesota FFA Hall of Fame class of 2021.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olson, for your continued support of the FFA, and congratulations to all of our Minnesota FFA Hall of Fame inductees. The Minnesota FFA Foundation has grown so it can meet the needs of Minnesota FFA through the continued support of contributors such as those we are about to recognize. We personally believe in the importance of donating to the Minnesota FFA Foundation and have joined you in helping to make a difference. We invite you to look at our recent commercial as we're excited to do our part.
How did you become the person you are?
Was it with the help of others?
Was it through opportunities presented to you?
If you are like me, the answers to these questions is yes. Someone invested in me, and now it's my turn.
My turn.
My turn to invest in someone. As you consider how you can make a difference, we invite you to give to the Minnesota FFA Foundation.
Your gift will open up a world of opportunities for young people as they develop their leadership skills, grow as a person, and prepare for their future careers.
Someone invested in you. Will you invest in someone?
Now, back to the donors we are celebrating tonight. The following donors have provided support for many years, 10, 20, 30, and 50 years to be exact. We are grateful for your continued support and pleased to celebrate you tonight. Our 50-year donor is Foresight Bank. For our 30-year donors, Robert Mathis, Jan Craig Nelson, and Robert and Mary Thel.
Our 20-year donors include Paul and Val Arsvold, Jerry and Carol Ingvelson, Mark Jurek, John Deere Company, and Minnesota Turkey Research and Promotional Council. Our 10-year donors include BASF Corporation, Cortland Waste Handling Incorporated, Greenbush Veterinary Clinic, Kent and Elizabeth Horsager, Johnson Outdoors, Leo Lutz, Mintex, Florine Murray, National Grid Renewables, and Norm Sealing.
Now, sharing her FFA story in celebration of our decade donors, we will hear from Clara Thompson of the Plainview Elgin Millville FFA chapter.
Hi, my name is Clara Thompson, and I'd like to thank you for supporting the Minnesota FFA Foundation. It's because of your generous support, I can confidently say that I've had the best high school career I could have ever imagined. I started my FFA journey in the 8th grade, competing on my chapter's dairy cattle evaluation and management team, and a CDE where I learned to break down and analyze DHI herd records, as well as place cows from first to last in a class provided to me. In the spring of 2019, my team and I won first place at the state FFA convention, where we then earned a trip to the national convention to place 13th place team in the nation. I've also competed in the extemporaneous public speaking event, where I learned to shatter my fear of public speaking and think quick on my feet. But FFA isn't just contests, cows, and plows. No. It's family. I've watched some friends become state officers and cry tears of joy as they replace first place. I myself has lost my voice and my hearing at the same time, cheering them on as loud as I can. I've made countless friends in my chapter, region, state, and the nation. All of them pushed me to be a better person than I was yesterday. As my high school career comes to an end, it's been tough for me, for certain. I've had to leave things behind. I know I'm going to leave teachers behind and some friends as well. But the most that I'm saddened to leave behind is the FFA organization. I'd just like to say thank you for sponsoring. It's made a huge impact in not only my life, but I know it will in others as well. Thank you.
As you can see, we have a lot to celebrate. The support of you, our donors, has and will continue to provide opportunities for young people to grow into leaders for agriculture and for their local communities. Thank you for joining us tonight. And even more, thank you for your support of students through the Minnesota FFA Foundation.
As we close out our program tonight, we want to utilize a neat song written and performed by Sam L. Smith, a Kentucky FFA member, and share a few images of the students that you are investing in.
One day he'll be that farmer like his grandpa before him, working hard for his family up early every morning, revving up his old John Deere, pouring out his own blood and tears. This future farmer's got it in his heart, and his FFA Blue Jacket's where it starts. He's got brothers and sisters all across this land, wearing them old blue jackets. This country's in their hands. They're gonna work the earth, put the food on the table. They're gonna lead the way as long as they're able. Don't worry, America, these blue jackets have you covered. Yeah. She loves to see a field where that tall corn is growing. She helped her daddy plant it, and they didn't know it. They might lose every sprout if it came along summer drought. She folds her hands and prays all season long with her blue jacket on. She's got brothers and sisters all across this land, wearing them old blue jackets. This country's in their hands, and they're gonna work the earth, put the food on the table. They're gonna lead the way as long as they're able. Don't worry, America, these blue jackets have you covered. These gold letters on my back tell my story in my song, and these are my traditions that I'm gonna carry on. And I'll wear these colors proudly like I was raised to do. Can I get someone to say, hey, I'm a blue jacket too? I've got brothers and sisters all across this land, wearing them old blue jackets. This country's in their hands. They're gonna work the earth, Put the food on the table, they're gonna lead the way. As long as they're able, don't worry, America. These blue jackets have it covered.